I talked about going to WrestleMania 40 and how I had a blast and it was a great time and I couldn't believe that I was there. Actually, it's one of the best days of my life, and it still is. And then I talked a little bit about AEW, the episode before, and how they're falling off, and they're failing. Oh God, what is this? Blah blah blah. And now we're jumped ahead a little bit in the future. My opinions on everything are still probably the same. But I thought it would be fun if I talked about my top 10 favorite wrestlers of all time. Let me pull up the list real quick. This is a list I made a few months ago, but it pretty much is the same. If I change it or if I make any notes on the spot, I'll let you know. Let me find it here. Man. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh my gosh, where is it? I'm so sorry, folks. Talking about our top 10 wrestlers of all time, and I don't even have the list. I can't find it. What happened to it? Huh. Weird. Okay, well, I guess I could try to do it from the top of my head. I remember most of them. Starting off with, and this is in no particular order, by the way, my top 10 favorite wrestlers of all time, in no particular order. First one I think of is The Undertaker. Always been my favorite since I was a kid. Always been my number one hero. I always love everything about his character. From the beginning to the end, I couldn't wait to watch his matches. I started watching wrestling in like 2012, so he was kind of towards the end of his career. But I'll never forget his match with CM Punk. It's still one of my favorites. And watching that live, on pay-per-view, truly magical moment for me as a kid, and I'll never forget it. Mick Foley is another one. He's kind of... he's connected to Undertaker in a lot of ways, more than one. But Mick Foley, he Cactus Jack, Mankind, wherever you want to call him, Mick Foley definitely cracks my top 10. He's just a crazy guy, and I think I like him even more outside of the ring, even because he just seems like a nice, silly, goofy guy. And I love that. Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan. He'd be my third pick. Yeah, I don't know. I just think he's just the best in the world to me. He's a master in the ring. He's great at promos. And I don't know. I have a connection to him because I started watching again in 2012, so I saw the whole Yes movement and his whole arc, and still one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. Watching that week by week, seeing what's going to happen, and everything ended at WrestleMania 30. Beautiful story. Speaking of the best in the world, CM Punk. CM Punk would definitely be up there. He'd probably be top 3 even. I love CM Punk. I'm a massive fan of his. He has a cool new jacket that they just got put out, and I really want it. The satin jacket. It looks beautiful. I really want it. But yeah, CM Punk, the voice of the voiceless. I don't know. What else is there to say about him, really? 5. Bret Hart. Bret Hart would make my top 10. Again, best in the world at what he does. There's a lot of wrestlers that can call themselves the best in the world, and I'd be like, yeah, you are the best in the world. And I'd be like, yeah, you are the best in the world, Bryan Danielson. Yeah, you are the best in the world, CM Punk. Bret Hart is one of those. He's one of the best in the world. He's the best there is, the best there was, best there ever will be. Matches were flawless. And his match with Owen Hart at WrestleMania 10 is still top 10 classic match for me of all time. So that's 5, I believe, right? Oh, man. Oh, that's 5 from the top of my head. Why can't I think of any more? My goodness, great. Let me look around here. I got some wrestlers around me here in the area. Oh, yeah, Macho Man. I love Macho Man, Randy Savage. He would probably make my top 10 as well. Macho Man is definitely up there. Iconic catchphrases, iconic looks, and he was great in-ring wrestler as well. He had it all. And who can forget Bonesaw in Spider-Man? The man was an actor. Man was legendary. Macho Man, always be remembered, never forgotten. So that's 6. Man, this is going to be harder than I thought. I don't have my freaking list on me, man. I thought I had my top 10 list, and I was ready. I was like, we're going to talk about my top 10 favorite wrestlers. It's on my phone. I'll just pull it up when we go on air. And then I'm looking around And I'm like, no, it's not. It's not on here. Where did it go? God dang it, bruh. Where did it go? Yep. No. Don't have it. Don't have it. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin. I feel like he's a guaranteed wrestler to make anyone's top 10 list. The man is awesome. The man, he's done it all in wrestling. What more do I need to say about Stone Cold? He's Stone Cold, okay? He makes the top 10. He makes every wrestler's Mount Rushmore list. He's always on there. He's just the perfect all-around wrestler. So that's 7, I believe. This is difficult. I'm just trying to think of some of the greats. Not Ric Flair, not The Rock. Love Cody Rhodes, but not my top 10 quite yet. I love the Great Muta. Great Muta has always fascinated me. I remember watching him. I remember catching glimpses of him as a kid. I would just watch like wrestling compilations and stuff, and I'd be like, "Who's that guy with the green mist? He's cool." So I always like knew about Muta, but it wasn't until a lot later, maybe even 2 years ago, where I was like, I need to watch more of this guy. So I started watching his matches, and then I started watching too many. I was a Great Muta hook. I couldn't stop watching Great Muta, Kaiji Muto matches, and I've seen so many of them. I was like, he makes my top 10. He's perfect. He's awesome. I got to see him in person at the Hall of Fame last year for WrestleMania 39 when he got inducted by Ric Flair. Ric Flair gave a weird and long speech that had nothing to do with Great Muta, but hey, Great Muta came out, did his little did the mist, and I was like, that's it. I can die and go to heaven now. I never got to see Great Muta match in person, but at least I saw the man in person, and that's a living legend right there, the Great Muta. I don't know. I got top 8 there. That's gonna take me a while. Sting might be on there. Sting might be okay. So is that 9? Yeah, Muta and Sting, another pair that have a great connection with each other. Muta and Sting. Sting is of course one. I'm sorry. I'm looking around for like wrestlers because I have wrestling stuff everywhere. I'm like, who they make my top 10. But yeah, Sting, one of the all-time greats, of course. And I heard that his son is getting trained to wrestle right now as well. His son is on the way, and yeah, who knows when he's gonna hit the ring again? But he was at the Sting retirement match. I believe it's gonna be the Wolfpack Sting, whatever his name is. That dude who was Wolfpack Sting. I believe he's the one. Oh my God, that's gonna be wrestlers. They should just both be wrestlers. They can be a Sting tag team. That's something different. That's something new. But yeah, Sting. I only have one more, I think. Okay, so we'll go through them again. Undertaker, Mick Foley, Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, Great Muta, Bret Hart, Stone Cold, Macho Man, Sting. God, I just gotta say somebody. I just gotta say Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton. I do love Hornswoggle. I like Hornswoggle a lot. I love Misawa a lot. I love Toshiaki Kawada a lot. I love Kenny Omega a lot. I don't know. You can fill the last spot in with any of those guys. Yeah, there's too many. There's too many, man. Hey, I'm gonna ask you guys a question, and then I'll review them next week. In a future episode, put your top 10 wrestlers down in the comments, and let's see what you got. I'll react and I'll review to them. Hey, maybe I'll make a video out of it. Maybe this even won't be a podcast thing. I'll just make a video talking about my top 10 wrestlers, okay? So put your top 10 in the comments. I'll respond to it in the next podcast, all right? All right. Sounds good.